Hey guys, so it's been a hot minute since I've done one of my videos. The reason for that is because I kind of have been going through some things, and it's been hard for me. I've been struggling and wrestling, and I think it's important to, for you guys to know and understand that, I come up here and I do these videos because I want to help. I want to, in some way, share my journey, share my process, and hope that in some way can help even just one person. I know there have been a lot of videos that have blessed me and touched my life and helped me to move forward. But I think a lot of what isn't shown is the struggle part and the vulnerability and the dark times, because it's hard, right, to be like that vulnerable, especially with just to lay yourself out there and, pretty much be naked and this is me in my absolute lowest point, and nothing hidden. This is just me completely exposed, and I think that that's really, really hard, and I think it takes a lot of courage to be that vulnerable. I think there's a lot of power in vulnerability, and I think if we were all more vulnerable with each other and we weren't worried about, rejection or someone dismissing us or thinking, oh man, she cray, because the truth is that we're all to some degree broken, and we've all been through trauma, and we've all been through things in life, and we're all wrestling with these internal battles and thoughts and questions, and what's the right path, and what's my purpose? Why am I here? Am I doing things the right way? And we get so overwhelmed with the rightness of things that I think we lose the simplicity of what life is really all about. And it's not so much or even about being right, or wrong. Oh, you did the right thing, you did the wrong thing, God is ready to condemn you and send you to hell because, you smoked a cigarette, or, you had a moment of weakness and you gave into some lustful thing or thought. I mean, the reality is that we're going to mess up, and we're not perfect, and we're going to wrestle and battle and struggle with these things inside of us. And God is fully aware that that is the reality, that we are constantly going to struggle with our flesh. We are spirit and soul, and our spirit and our soul abides inside of this body, which is a physical body in the physical realm. Okay, so it's a fusion of two worlds, the physical world and the spiritual world coming together. So there is always going to be this struggle, this wrestle between, physical and spiritual. And Jesus came to show us a way to live. He came to show us that when we walk in a way that is in love with love, basically, and truth, those inner battles, those things we struggle with start to diminish. They get less. However, I will say this, it doesn't mean it goes away forever. We're always going to struggle and wrestle, and there are going to be things that some people have lifetime issues with, but that's why I think it's important to understand that, again, circling back to my point, that it's not about wrong or right, doing the right thing, doing the wrong thing. You have to look at it with the simple concept of love. Is this thing rooted in love? Because if it is rooted in love, then it is rooted in God. Why do I say that? And how can I say that so confidently? Because God is love. It's that simple. God is love. If this thing is rooted in love, then it's rooted in God. Then it's good. Because you know what? so many people are like, oh, well, I have to, make sure that I do this, and they're so into the actions and the rituals. And what God is really looking at is our heart. Where is your heart? David was a man with a lot of flaws, a lot of character flaws, where anyone in today's century, if he was living right now, would be like, yo, that is not an example of how you want to live or how you want to be that person, nah, definitely not the greatest role model. But the thing is, David's heart was so set on wanting to love God in spite of all his weakness, in spite of all his struggle, in spite of all these character flaws that he had to deal with, that led him to make really horrible decisions that hurt a lot of people. Deep in his heart, David wanted to love God more than anything and to love others. So love was the foundation. Love was the driving force in David's life. And that is what moves God's heart. That's why David was one of God's beloved, because his heart was genuinely about love, for love. So I think it's important to not get so wrapped up in, I have to make the right decision or the good decision, because sometimes that has nothing to do with God. It's not even, he gives us the freedom to choose the life that we want to live. And of course, that freedom to choose the life that we want to live carries with it significant consequences. Good, bad, whatever that may be. God has a plan and a destiny for each and every one of us. And that plan and that destiny is rooted in love, and it's rooted in truth. So you have to understand that when we walk in a way that is outside of love, that goes hand in hand with being outside of truth. And so we are living a life that is not going to bring us true freedom. It's not going to lead us into everything that God has for us, and God has great and marvelous things. And that's not only in this lifetime. A lot of people get caught up with just like it's all supposed to just happen here on earth. And the Lord revealed to me not that long ago that the things that he has for his children go beyond this life. They go beyond this life. So don't get so caught up in trying to be this perfect person, in trying to have it all figured out, in trying to be this wonderful role model for people. It's good to be good and to want to do good. I mean, this should be, our intention, right? We should have that intention of trying to be the best that we can be. But we also need to know the reality is that we are human beings, and we are going through this very human experience. We have this internal kind of wrestling with soul and spirit, mind, body. It's we're in this physical realm, but we're spiritual beings. We're divine beings. We have unlimited potential and amazing divinity. God has created us in his image and likeness, which means we have that same ability and power to create. We've been gifted. We've been given his fullness, his likeness. So that's why it's so important to make sure that you are abiding in love. Any decision that you are about to make, I would honestly say, don't look at it as, okay, I have to make this right decision. Here we go, and put all this pressure on yourself. Just be like, okay, look, is what I'm about to say coming from a place of love? Is it rooted in love? And the caveat to that is, love is also truthful, right? So this isn't like, I don't mean like love and just, always want to make people feel good. And I mean, that's great and everything, but love also speaks the truth. And you know what? Sometimes the truth hurts. A lot of times the truth is confrontational. You know, the truth may not be something that's easy to say, but it has to be said. So, yes, ask yourself, is what I'm about to say rooted in love? And is it true? It's that simple. Is what I'm about to do, this action, rooted in love? And is it truthful? It's really that simple. It's really that simple. And we just complicate things and we make things so like religious and just nonsense, you know? Honestly. So this is not a long video. This is just like a quick, hey, what's up guys? I'm back. Please keep me in your prayers. At some point I will look into making a video where I can become a little more, well, not a little, a lot more vulnerable with you guys than what I have already been with my struggles and kind of like my journey. That video is definitely coming and it's in the works. But I don't have that much time now. I do have to get ready to do some things, but I just wanted a quick, hey, what's up guys? I'm back. Keep me in prayer, please. I'm on this journey with you guys. I'm struggling with you guys. You know, some days it's great. I feel like I'm on the mountaintops and it's exhilarating and I'm just so grateful to be alive. And other days I'm super depressed and I'm down and I don't know if my life has any point, you know, like, you know, am I making any kind of a difference? Does any of this matter? You know, that's just the reality. There are days like that and they're dark and there are nights where I cry in my bed. I'm alone and I feel alone and I'm just overwhelmed by these emotions, you know. And I want you guys to know that that's normal. You know, we all, we're living, we're alive. So we're going to go through so many different things, but that's part of the beauty of the journey of life, you know, that you go through these highs and these lows and everything in between. And it's all there to help us grow and you know, so that we can receive wisdom and knowledge and understanding and help each other along the way, because the bottom line is it's all about love. It's really that simple. Truth and love coupled together, the truth and love. So next time you want to be hard on yourself, please don't. You know, show yourself grace, show yourself mercy, love yourself. God loves you. He's not condemning you. He's not ready to cast you into a lake of fire. He loves you and he's rooting for you and he wants you to do great things. And sometimes those things may not happen all in this life because what he has goes beyond this life. So be encouraged, be hopeful. We may not see everything in this moment, in this present time, or in the future while we're here on earth. But you can bank on God's promises because God is true and his love is unconditional. So learn to love yourself like that. Learn to love other people like that without condition, knowing that everyone's at a different place. We're all at a different place and we're all growing, we're all learning, we're all falling on our face and getting back up, you know, and trying to do better the next day. And know that at the end of it all, what really matters is love. Love for yourself, love for God, love for Jesus, love for humanity as a whole, knowing that we're all connected. We're all part of this human family. We all are one. We're all in this together. So we need to be kind. We need to be gracious. We need to be compassionate and understanding of where we are each at. Everyone is at a different level. They're at a different crossroads there, you know, in life. So extend that same grace and mercy that God gives to us, that he wants us to give to others. Don't forget to extend that to yourself. Be kind to yourself, gentle to yourself, compassionate to yourself, and keep moving forward. Keep moving forward no matter how many times you fall down or how much you feel you've fallen, you know, 10 steps backwards. Get up and keep going. Do not quit. Do not give up. You got this. You can do this. I got this. I can do this. Step by step, day by day. Love, love. Let love be the driving force for everything you do. The thoughts you think, the words you speak, the actions you take towards others, is it rooted in love? And is it true? God bless you guys. We'll talk to you soon.